Hi, and welcome to another edition of Enlightened Espresso. I'm Chris St. Hilaire. I'm with, as usual, Master Chang. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. As
Good.
you know, we had a chance to have lunch today, and I got to introduce you to my father-in-law,
Paco.
Paco, who had recently had heart surgery where something went very wrong, and he's older. He's in his 80s. And actually had a near-death experience that he talked to you about. And as you know, he described very vividly where he went in that experience. You seem to understand, and at some point you were describing to him what was happening, and he was
Right.
nodding and a little bit astonished.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah. But the first thing that we need to recognize that he actually dead.
Yes. Clinically, his heart
Clinically
stopped.
dead. Yeah.
Yes.
He was talking about the doctors and nurses walking out already,
Right.
and then he come back, right? And he's talking. He going out there and he see his folks, and then he's just coming come back. He says, just come back. His folks said, "Oh yeah, you stay with us." And then no, I'm come back. Yeah, unfinished business, basically, right? You remember that?
Yes.
And then he come back, and then he was talking to himself, talking to his lungs. Okay, pump it up again. Told his heart, okay, pump it back again, please. And then he's revived, and he said he go through the tunnels, they're very dark, and zip through it until the light just splashed, and then he's back to where he is. Am I described correctly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But the similarities that we draw in between what he's experienced and our meditation is that when we do meditation, we don't just simply invent a system that has no relevancy, no relations to the real life experience, or in this case, real death experience. So what we meditate, that we also meditate, we go through the darkness, we close our eye, we go through the darkness. It's like we go through the tunnel. The only difference is that he just get out without any control. But meditation is the process, we can control that. And the basic thing that I told him, that he is the light. It's not just a soul, the spirit, but he is the light. So that the light's coming out, but pervasive. There's no container and nothing contained, just simply the light, the awareness, and the knowledge. And the ways he look it back and the way he interact with all the living beings with his ethereal, basically they're formless. They have a shape, but form, but not like the body, physical form. So he can interact, he can talk to, in the way he thinks he talk to, but actually it's just communication. But because he is himself is the light, he doesn't have any container for that light. It's boundless, borderless. And so he wasn't one to just simply go into that form.
Right.
See? And because he had experience, and for many, many years, 84 years on this earth, then we take this body as our house, our home. So we want to come back to this home. So that's why the force pull him back is his own habitual energy. I will come back. So he come back. And in our meditation, we see that strongly. And I asked him, when you come back, what's your body doing? Do you remember what his answer?
Yeah, it was still.
It's still.
Yes.
No
And
movement.
that's what you're trying to find in meditation.
Exactly.
You're trying to find that stillness. So what makes the stillness so much more spiritual than, say, when we're moving around on a day-to-day basis?
Actually, when you meditate, you reactivate, or you mimicking the real life experience, the death, the stillness. So you're going through that, then you have no fear. The biggest fear that we always have, every one of us, is the fear of death, fear of dying, fear of pain. And so we take that and we look at that as a mirror. So we go through hundreds of times, go through the process of dying. Every day you meditate, you go into that process of dying. You see the darkness and you see the stillness of the body. You see the corpse, you yourself the corpse. In the past thousands of years, the Buddha, he teach people to meditate on the corpse. But some people say, oh yeah, you look at the corpse.
Why meditate on the corpse?
To hear the explanation, some people said, oh yeah, because the Buddha wanted you to very much scare and hate the the flesh, the desire, the flesh, the flesh is really rotten. So don't attach to it. But in the other sense, you cultivate and see the cup, so you can go through the process of being completely dead with all the desire, all the personal wishes and wants, all this grasping.
But we all, so many of us, right? We have this fear of dying, and it's this
of
idea
losing,
that
of
losing the body.
Yes,
right? Because we don't know what's next, and it's this sense of, we have this sense of impermanence,
right?
Which eventually happens to all of us. What happened to Paco, right at that moment, and why could he see himself, right, from that
this awareness,
hospital room?
The awareness is all pervasive. The awareness, we can be aware of our body, and he's aware of the nurses and the doctors and everything, but is as a light. He should be free, right? But his habitual energy, habitual as a human being, have the body, pull him back into the body. And that's why he asked the lungs and the heart, please pumping back, please return, please revive. So normally, if you go through the meditation and you slowly, you learn how to detach, you learn how to see yourself from a point of detachment, you look back to yourself, you see the body is still, the body like a dead corpse, and you start to see that there's not much thing that you can attach, and you start to see a different scenario. You see through your desire, you see through their selfishness, and you start to see people's hearts, so on and so forth. And the more you see, the more you grow, the light becomes more intense and clearer, more, we can say, embracing. Then you no longer just want to be in the body, say in, but actually be imprisoned in the sense of physicality here. And so the experience has not yet complete. He gone out, he come back. But what if you think about his learned meditation? He meditates every day, and what happened is this: he going out, he see his folks in different realm of we call the spiritual realm, the psychic realm. He keep going, moving until he get to the point where it's only the light, it's only the awareness, the knowledge, the wisdom, but nothing else.
I've noticed from my own meditation that I feel a little more calm when I'm dealing with situations. They don't seem as dire, never quite as good or bad, right? It's more in that center. What is it about meditation that begins to create that?
The meditation is the feeling that you become more calm and more calm is because you see the truth better. You see through the truth. The problem nowadays that why do we need meditation? Because there's so much distraction, so much thing into materialism, so much thing into gaining and have. But you think about Paco in the state of light. He cannot wish to have anything. There's nothing he can hold, nothing he can get, nothing he can gain. But the only thing that pull him back is this house, this body, and this experience he had for 84 years. Mm-hmm. So thinking about if we go through every day, we meditate, every day you meditate. And I think if you're out there, you do the meditation every day, you just feel the same thing. What is the same thing? That you slowly, you see through the desire of the body, you see through all the materials. You start to understand what is and what is has. We live in a culture that always compare what you have, what I have. But in the spirit world, in the world of is, you don't compare. You are the light. And so going through meditation, you become not only calmer, clearer, more penetrating, understanding deeper, and the most important thing, peace and the freedom.
Many people who go through those experiences, though, and eventually Paco too, we don't come back, right?
Yeah.
We move on.
Right.
So what is it in an individual when they have that experience and they come back and they have that, like clinically, right? Their heart isn't beating, they're clinically dead. They come back. Why does that happen from Buddha's perspective?
I have no explanation. Sometimes because in the outer state it happened, and we just don't know why people can come back. But we know one thing, explain it, and that is the spirit always free. And we need to have humankind at large need to have this kind of experience so we understand that we're not just the body, we're not just the collections of stuff that we own. We have to be beyond that. And some of the people experiences is throughout human history is a very much, I would say, the testimony that we are free. Otherwise, we just have to believe in technology and science and material.
He was free. He was able to make the choice to come back.
I think important thing is the pool that when he got out there, I didn't hear he talk about fear. I didn't see that. I didn't hear anything about fear. Do you? No.
No.
So he was free, but he talked to his folks. But the reason why he come back, because that people that he met asked him to stay. And because of that asking, somehow wake him up his responsibility. He has not finished his duty on this earth.
And that's what you asked him. You asked him about his mission now that he came back.
When he come back, he must have a mission. Because when you have a high level of awareness and freedom, you always want to share. And that sharing is so much, we call bodhisattva. You want to open your heart because when you have the good thing, you want to share with your children, with your other people. So he come back with that sense. And I think he, more than just being his own Paco, but I think he will take on a new mission, new name, because he wants to share that wonderful. When you see the light at one time, it changes you forever.
And I think that sense of mission is important for all of us. I hear a lot that people are still looking for their mission or find their purpose.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in another episode of Enlightened Espresso. So thank you for joining us.